I'm Myochi.
And I am Renee, and welcome to the 40 Spot. If you're a return, welcome back. If you're new, we're glad that you're here. And on this podcast, we talk about the highs and the lows and everything in between of being 40 years old. In your 40s, not just 40. So please like, comment, subscribe. Please rate us wherever you listen to your podcast at. You can follow us on all social media platforms at the 40 spot, the number 40. And you can email us at the40spot at gmail.com. And if you're feeling a little generous, you can do us at Cash App, $ the 40 spot.
Yes, and on today's episode, we are chatting with Sherlyn McKinzie, a Dallas makeup artist, esthetician, just about skincare and some beauty tricks and tips. Before we get into that, though, we're going to do our While We Were Out segment. This is where we talk about things that have happened, news, events, and some personal things that's happened while we were out. We were out for a while this time. It was about a month. It was busy, child.
Yeah.
So we had to narrow it down to a few things. But we said the first thing we want to talk about is something we have talked about many times, trying to see how it was going to all play out. This Donald Trump arrest and buddies. It was Donald Trump and friends.
Yes, absolutely. That is still very much, a lot of people, I can't believe that he was arrested. Some people feel like he wasn't arrested because they didn't go and get him. It's like
he had to turn himself in.
Yes, and that's what happened when you have money and you have status. Well, then I can let you know what time I'm going to arrive. They already have everything processed. He probably wasn't even there a good 2 hours because as they processing him in, the money is already there to process him out. And with this group, everybody got out. Former Mayor Giuliani, a lot of his present and past attorneys, but one of his friends that of our hue, they ain't give him no bonds. Like, no, we got you in here. This was definitely his black moment to remind him, you are so black. We ain't letting you back out. You're a menace to society out here on the streets. You're not good for the republic.
Well, and one of the reasons why they're saying, he says that, he can't afford a personal attorney. Obviously, the rest of the people afforded one. Everybody's bond was $200,000, which is that like $2,000 when you have to pay. You don't have to pay the whole thing. So that was like, child, $10 especially for like a Donald Trump. But
it's kind of like he didn't know what the bond was. Everybody else knew what the bond was. They had their money. Because if that was the case, I would have had been trying to negotiate something. It's like, nah, y'all finna give me some money. If not, I'm going in here. And you ain't got to ask me, am I a whistleblower? I'm a tattletale.
But I also feel like they're trying to use that as like some type of defense because they're trying to make it racist. They're trying to because here's the thing. The DA who brought the charges against them, brought the RICO charges against them, she is black. And it's interesting that, it kind of took that focus, but really it has nothing to do with that. Honestly, it boils down to the fact that you are not on their team. So you weren't ready. You can't afford it. And they can hold you. And honestly, the DA don't set the bond. The judge set the bond. So right. He's still, it's my understanding that he is still in jail.
He is.
Interesting.
And he shall be there. This is almost just like, because a lot of this stuff still kind of tied in with the January 6th insurrection, where there was a black guy that particular day that they did arrest. They never did give him a bond, and it's still, as to date, he is still locked up. So it's kind of like, you got to definitely know who your allies is, and being a black face in white spaces where I know I was watching with my mom and we didn't see any black people. It was like, see, no black people ought not be up there. And then when it started coming, that's like, why did he even go?
Yeah,
all the white people didn't go up there. So it's like, you can at your house.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But it's interesting. I mean, it's funny. That piece was kind of funny. But I will say this. I really didn't think that Trump would get arrested. I am surprised it got this far, honestly. So I'm interested. Fannie, it was a Willis.
Willis.
Yeah, she's in here in Georgia. She because this is about the Georgia election. So they're trying to say, they paid money, they were trying to bribe people, they were intimidating, all this stuff for the Georgia, the election, the presidential election, the votes here in Georgia. But honey, she brought RICO charges against some teachers a few years back. So I'm not surprised. Like, she's like, everybody can get it. If you're doing wrong, we're going to find out. And there you go.
And so, what the tie all in, the DA is Black, and they have brought up wanting to impeach her. However, the governor of Georgia, he kind of backslid on that. Mm-hmm. And this is my thoughts about this. I think they are going to try to find some kind of way to disbar her, because a lot of people say, well, if Donald Trump, he get reelected, he's able to pardon himself. And this is the difference with Georgia. A president is nothing constitutional or law-wise that said that you cannot pardon yourself. That's if it's federal charges. That's how people that's in federal penitentiary or whatever, they can get these charges. But what she did, she brought them up as state charges, so he would not be able to pardon himself. So they are going to work overtime and overtime and overtime to find anything about her.
Have to be squeaky.
And I'm talking about going all the way back to elementary school. Like, this is how far they're going to go back, and then they're going, anybody that is affiliated with her. And as most Black people, a lot of us, even if we're not dealing with them, there are people that's in our family that's not always on the up and up and stuff like that. They are going to find, as I say, that the kitchen and the kitchen sink, they are going to try to throw at her to. That's why even though he did that, I think it's kind of like, oh, okay, we want the Black people to kind of be on his side, even though the Black people really voted Stacey Abrams. But, trying to say, no, I'm with her. I call cap on all of it. It's definitely going to be interesting.
Well, and I think also with him, it may not just be, yes, Black people, but anyone who voted for Stacey Abrams. But I also think he's trying to keep his nose clean. We're talking about Governor Kemp. He is trying to keep his nose clean. And like, he specifically said, he was like, I have not seen any evidence that Willis' actions were unlawful. And he was like, the state of Georgia clearly outlines the legal steps that can be taken if constituents believe their local prosecutors are violating the oath for ethical and illegal behavior. So he said it's up to the constituents. So maybe another avenue that may take, but she's gonna have to be squeaky clean. But baby, let me tell you who else need to be squeaky. Need to get their ears cleaned out. They need a checkup. What is the old folks say? A checkup from the neck up? Mitch McConnell. We talked about this before, so that's why we brought it up again, because it happened this week, right? There you go, right there. They had to tell them, get your words. Get them.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's called a Mitch McConnell.
I mean, what's the ridiculous part of it is that they're like, he's okay.
He's not.
No, that man is not.
He's not. And
let me tell you, I personally, they have been saying on both sides, right? Save your legacy, bow out, whatever like that. Let me tell you this. I hope he stay. I hope he keep on freezing. They keep on putting him up there because it makes good for television. And then it also showed this is who y'all voted for. Y'all should have had stopped voting for him for a long time. Now, I'm originally from South Carolina, where as of right now, we have held the record for Strom Thurmond, who was well into his 90s. And people, they was just still in South Carolina, they were still just voting behind Ian for no reason. They were just like, well, we just feel obligated. Obligated to what? You don't even eat food over at your 90-year-old grandparent house or nothing like that. Y'all don't even have way go and check on them, but then y'all want him to be making choices and stuff for the state, which really and truthfully, after that man turned 70, prior to 70, it was just a whole lot of racist stuff, but he never did nothing positive for the state. And then who we have now, Lindsey Graham, is nothing but an extension of him. So really and truly what the Kentuckians needs to be doing is trying to find somebody that's not a continuation of Mitch McConnell, because one, it's a very, very red state. And the poorest county in America is in Kentucky, and it's like 99, almost 100% Republicans, and they have the most people that are poor. They're on public assistance and everything. So you have people that is absolutely voting against their own best interest. But guess what? Leave him there. Leave him there. Let him stay there. Please follow me, cameras follow him. Everybody get him. Do the hashtag. I want to see it, because to me, what is your legacy?
Listen, all the videos I've been seeing when they put in Mitch McConnell in the mute challenge, everybody on mute.
Yeah, he did it before everybody got it together with the Beyonce concert.
I mean, the thing about it is, like, I'm not really for, like, I'm not the person like, yes, everyone should go out and hurt people who are evil. However, if stuff happens to you, I mean, that's your karma. But this kind of situation, I'm like, well, this is just your evilness catching up with you.
That is true. Also, which a lot of people did not know, that they kind of kept it on hush hush, but now it has come out. Back in the spring of the year, he himself had a fall, bumped his head, had a concussion. So this could be some residual from that concussion. Also, you are very advanced age. This just happened with normal aging process. Now, me being in the medical field, when they have zoomed in, something is clearly wrong, because like where his eyes are focused, they just start rising up, and then you can tell that there's something, because it's not that he go cross-eyed, but you can tell that they're not working in tandem with one another. And I don't care what they say, it's not about, oh, I can't hear, because a lot of people that I do know that have hearing problems or have hearing aids, they know when you're talking to them, because they see your mouth moving, and they say, what did you say?
When he says nothing. He says nothing, his mouth go a little crooked, and he just there. And somebody got to come in his ear, get it together. I think it's interesting, though, that it's happened twice on camera. So I wonder if it's something with the lights that is triggering it as well. Not saying that it's not happening off camera, but I just think it's interesting that it does happen on camera.
And then when he did the last interview, the lady, whoever that was with him, she was like, "Can you guys speak a little louder?" No, it has nothing to do with how people are speaking. This man has zoned out. Like he
left the building. Yeah. He left. But then he has the audacity to say something about, Joe Biden, like they weren't playing in the sandbox together way back in the 1930s.
What's the saddest thing about this, and I say this because of so many Republicans against universal health care. The fact about it is you'll be taken care of. You'll be taken care of.
But this is strange to me. If you think about it, like all the leaders now, like we need some young folk to step up, because everybody's old. Like Biden's old, Trump. They're all in their age. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to lead a country that's totally
very different.
Very different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he probably stressed out, girl. But when he's
probably not stressed out. He's probably
married.
Yes, he is. He is married. He has children. He has grandchildren. A lot of these people, they got great grandchildren. They have a lot of different people, around them. But it's like, do you have people around you that really care about your well-being versus people that are just trying to align themselves with power? Yep. Because I'm just saying, I was a fan of Scandal, and that gave me the inner workings. To me, anybody who on your team is subject to be flipped at any time, because people, they want to be so close to that power. They get those inside tips. So even if not, they want to definitely make sure that they are financially stable. With this man, he is filthy stinking rich. I don't mean no harm, but it's like when I get to that age, I want to be calling my children or my grandchildren, be like, y'all need to come over here and get these kids. Just because I don't work no more and I ain't got nothing to do, that don't mean I want to be running around here with these kids. They're going to be like,
Right.
they're going to be like, Mama, why you don't put them in the house? Everybody in the backyard. Everybody is fenced in. If they climb over the fence, well, then I don't know what to say. But it's like, everybody, we going to the backyard. We just going to be outside like some puppies and stuff. We just going to be running. Like, I don't want to have that much stress on me and have to think about that level of stuff. In my old age, to me, that's not aging gracefully. That's not aging wisely or anything else. And at some point you ought to just be like, you know what, I'm good. But those are the same people that are after like Justin Jones and Justin Johnson and AOC, you know, those young people that come with a lot of vibrance and life in them, and they know what's going on currently. And it's like, if you just that scared, it's like, no, I just want to fight you. Honey, go home.
Because at the end of the day, you know, I believe he wants to be there, even though whatever's going on in his body, he want to be there because they're trying to hold on to every semblance of power and what they know to be. So he wants to be there. He probably like, y'all gonna have to wheel me out in a stretcher, and that's probably exactly how it's gonna happen.
Well, I hope they get it out on camera because I want.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, they put everything else on TV. Right. Why not show that? I hope they show it all, and it's just like nobody just cut out or whatever. Just like whoever, you know, keep the cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. Like, do not cut. Do not zoom in. You know, I want that. I want that, and I'm going to turn on every, you know, news station, hear how they, you know, analyze this, and then we'll be on the 40 spot, and I'm analyzing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talked about this like earlier this year, maybe even last year, where they were talking about new laws coming up about drunk drivers, and if a drunk driver was to kill someone who had children, that person would then have to pay like child support and after child support, even like help with college tuition and stuff like that. So Sherlyn, in your neck of the woods, Texas, big old Texas on Friday passed it officially as a law. So if someone is drunk or not just drunk, because it's under the influence of whatever you may be under the influence of, it is called the House Bill 393. And so if you are convicted of intoxication manslaughter, you will have to pay restitution. And I think that's great. I do.
Yeah.
Because
it needs to be more of a deterrent, because honest to God truth, it seems like killing somebody and going to jail for the rest of your life is not a deterrent. But I tell you one thing, a whole lot of people feel child support. Lots of people across the board, men, women, no matter what your ethnicity, your sexual preference, as I say, it's an equal opportunity. You go pay for these kids. You can do not have.
Yes, why you want to put the man in it?
And guess what? And the thing is that those children, for whomever do that, they gonna get theirs before you get yours for your own children. And I'm pretty sure you're going to pay more. And I've known people who've been so far in the rear and stuff, they just brought home checks to them because everything was taken, because you just that far in the rear. And I've known several people like that. And I mean, it's hard for me to feel sympathy for you. That like, at what point was you going to start paying? So I'm here for it. And we have that here in Tennessee. Texas, a lot of states, they follow Texas law. And I'm sure in the next couple of years, that is just going to be standard in practice amongst all 50 states. And it's probably going to go even further than just drunk driving. It's probably going to be if something happens and you mess around and kill somebody, you know, in some other type of way, that, you know, there's going to have to be restitution. And if you ain't able to pay it, guess what? You just go keep on going to jail for child support. But at some point, you just can't be like, I'm sorry and I hate that happened and I'm going to stop drinking. Yeah, but that doesn't help those other people whose lives have been devastated and affected. You was able to go home to your kids.
Yeah.
So But speaking of people running away or whatever like that, we want to give a shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. She has, in this last year, she has been in the media, but now she is the fastest woman in the world.
Yeah.
We applaud her. It's just amazing because it's like they tried to change the rules up on her. She had smoked weed. She had recently had her mother had passed, and she was under a tremendous amount of stress. Not saying that weed helped, because I've lost my mother before last year, and trust me, if it was some type of drug to make me feel better, it wouldn't be no more of it, because I would have found out a way how to get out of it, So it's like, I think that's a great way to be able to go back and honor her mother, where it's like, I was stressed out, but guess what? I'm going to show the world this, and it's like, for all y'all people who want it, y'all go ahead, y'all start running and see if y'all can break my record. Yeah. So we hands out to her.
Yes. And I also loved how the other women came together, like the Jamaican team that she went actually, like, they were embracing each other, they taking pictures. So it's like, yes, it's an individual sport, but they're just so proud to be in this race together and to be working together as Black women across the diaspora. I love it, love to see it. But another Black woman we love to see, we've been talking about, she keep coming up. Stuff just keep happening. Keke Palmer. Child, Keke Palmer, we talked about. She went to the Usher concert, was serenaded. Baby daddy was upset, talking about, and you're a mother. Honey, her and Usher came out with a song called Boyfriend. If you haven't heard it, go stream it. It's super cute. It's just, like, oh, I know where you are.
Video is
always
cute
where I
too.
am. Yes, the video is super cute, and like, she wrote this thing, and it was interesting because it was staged in Vegas, so it was kind of like a play off of what happened there. But she was actually doing the things in the video that Usher was doing. So she wrote a little snippet when she posted about it and was like, thank you for letting me be in your video. Like, when everybody else was watching, I wanted to be Usher. And so in this video, she was able to do it. It was super cute. At the end, she turns and look at the cameras like, because I'm a mom. Honey, I love when people make bags out of stuff that's drama.
Yes, and it didn't stop there. She recently had a birthday, so happy birthday to her. And part of her celebration, her and her son's father, they went live. They looked like they was having like a little lunch or something. And they had like a really nice exchange or whatever. You could tell that the love was still there. There was absolutely no animosity. So, sometimes I take some of these things as a grain of salt, because the people, PR people, they are ingenious. They know how to keep you relevant. They know how to have the controversy. So it's not so controversial that you get canceled, but it's definitely enough to have the world talking. And I just thought that it was great. And bottom line is that with her and, a lot of people, she did get a lot of backlash. And it's just like, her situation in terms of money and all of this kind of stuff, she's not the typical baby mother that, the United States population think of as a baby mother. Like, it's just not like that. She ain't finna be pulling up on him. You owe me baby Pampers and all this other kind of stuff. Like, who knows? Next thing you know, she could be just like John Legend. They have a Pampers commercial where it's just like, I'm pretty sure they got a lifetime supply of Pampers.
The thing about it is, it was a plot twist nobody expected, but everybody has been speculating. She's never came out and said, we're not together. None of these things, because even if she had this song, people thought she was alluding to him, but it was a song that she had already wrote while they were still together. Like, it was off of her Big Boss album. So it's like, she never said anything about them not being together. And that was the one thing I remember seeing on her podcast. She was like, listen, we're gonna go in the closet and have our conversation. Like, this was before any of that stuff. She's like, I'm not going to the street to talk about nothing. So she is sticking to that. She let you think what you think. I'm gonna get this bag. Shirley, question: did you go to the Usher concert?
Yeah, no, I'm going in October.
Yes,
girl.
You gonna
Like,
love
oh,
it.
I'm so
yeah,
excited. I
yeah.
need to lose like 20 pounds before I get there. But yes, I am
You
going
don't need to lose nothing.
every time I'm eating, I'm like, I need to get ready for
Go and
baby.
bring
But yes,
your October
friend,
body is gonna be the body that you need,
I
honey.
cannot wait. When I say I'm super excited, I'm super excited.
Girl,
Cause
it's still
y'all
gonna
been
be
hitting
hot
on
out there.
me,
You
right?
gonna sweat off
I was
whatever weight you need.
yeah, I was trying not to look at y'all stuff, so I wouldn't be like, I was like, I'm gonna wait. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to see Usher.
You should
But
be.
you know what? He could have a whole other different show by October.
I
Honestly,
know.
that's true.
It'll be so
Like,
Oh, he
and
good.
he,
extended. He extended to December.
Oh,
yes, my
you making
sister,
that paper.
she's going to Vegas for her birthday, and I told her you need to go watch the show. And then she just like, I was like, no, you're going to spend whatever you're going to spend while you're out there. And like hands down, like to me, if you on a budget of $1,500, spend the money to go to the show. Because otherwise you're gonna go and do other little stuff or whatever. But it's like those are goods, but it's like we said, Usher, that's us. That's our age group.
Yep.
Like we grew
Yeah.
up together from, everything. Everything. So it
I
is
love
so worth
Usher.
it. It is so worth it.
I remember when we was in college one time, right? Myochi loved Usher, right? And this is when we used to buy CDs. So we went in a music store and they had this poster. She asked him, like, can I have this? And the dude was like, yeah. So we had this big old Usher poster. Like a hardboard copy of Usher in our room. He was like, yeah, you can have it. I was like, what? Yeah.
I love him. Like,
Yeah.
I think I would have cried, like real tears. He'd be like, there go my baby. I'm like,
Yeah, that's Usher.
you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
he gave a show. His voice is like butter.
His
And you feel
smile.
like, and he does so many of the
Yeah.
older songs that it brings you back. Like in time. It was
And not just that, just thinking about some of the lyrics. Like we was young, we was like 13, 14, 15, 16, even 2021, you really have no idea what these
Yeah.
lyrics really mean. They're running together, even though it's like, okay, I know all of these songs word for word, and still some of the songs I'll sing them and really not aware. But I think sometimes now going back listening to songs, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was so prophetic. Like,
it gets you right here in the ticker.
Because that Confession album was it.
And
Confession.
look, I love that album long before I understood.
Man, for
But
real.
now when you
Yeah.
listen to it,
That Confession album, he put everything in it.
and let me tell you, Raymond versus Raymond,
Mhm.
that album, it may not have been just the typical club banger, but as to say, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm like, they said when you're going through stuff, don't listen to country music because like the lyrics and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm going through some stuff. Raymond versus Raymond, like all of his stuff, it's just it has something that goes with whatever you're going through in your life.
yes. Well, y'all know who else belongs to us?
You go share. Why you holler us?
Who else belongs to us?
Miss Beyonce.
Beyonce.
No.
Went
That's
to
my
see
sister.
her. Oh,
Did Blue Ivy perform at y'all?
yes. Niece did her thing, honey. Baby, don't play with her. She's like, do. Get loose. Honey, niece did her thing. It was so good. It was so very good. Beyonce really, I heard somebody say this and I was like, yes, that's exactly what it is. Beyonce poured it out. And I kind of felt how I felt with Usher, but I mean, I love Usher, but nobody. I haven't even went to every concert, but nobody has Beyonce. Period. The showmanship, the production, the
You
voice,
talking about current day or just in general?
I'm talking about right now.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Because I was gonna say
No,
Okay.
no, they don't gotta listen. Listen, we can talk about a voice, but production wise, you have to go. Like it's such an experience of it's.
She put a lot into it. Just for
She
me,
poured
watching.
herself out, yes, and it's like because she don't just do the Renaissance album. She does the whole Renaissance album, but she like take you back, and it's like through 25 years because she does it where
Now I
she's
want to
singing
go.
different pieces, and then like in the middle time they're playing songs from other things, and they had people coming out and dancing. It was nostalgic. It felt very not final because I don't think she's retiring, but it felt like a culmination of her career.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
it
take a
felt
little
like
break.
she put everything that she had into this concert. I know I love Beyonce, so I could be biased, but this is not a biased comment. This is a very real, like if you were to go, even if you're not like, oh, Beyonce, the production,
I love her.
It's worth every penny.
That's what
when
we
I tell
do.
you I pay again, I would do it again. Okay.
Well, I would say this from the things that I've seen online, and everybody that has went, they're not like die hardcore Beehive Beyonce fans. Like they are a fan of hers, but you know they're not one of those people like, oh, you said something about her, and then they want to go and pull up on you on the other side of the world. But a lot of people have said that the concert, it was a great production. It wasn't just the vocals, it was the visual, it was everything encompassing. Everybody has said it was their money's worth. And I came across this other girl. She definitely have, when I look back, she has went to at least 5 different cities, you know, and she's been following the tour. And, you know, she talked about how just the evolution of Blue Ivy, you can tell like she just getting more comfortable in front of the crowd, just learning the, you know, steps better and just becoming more animated. But still where it's not like it's the exact same show everywhere because they have set changes, they have, you know, so she's aware that people are going to follow. And it's like, yeah, if I'm giving them the same one, they're okay with that. But she wants to make it intentional. It's almost like you go to a jazz club, and if the same band play the same song, because the way jazz is, it's going to be different every time. So I didn't know that, you know, you had to wear silver at the concert. Like everybody I seen,
understood
like
the assignment, honey.
this is, it's like a costume party. Like
Listen, that's what I was looking for earlier. We'll give y'all a little taste. Okay? Give y'all a little taste.
For
If y'all
those who
can't
be
see, I got on my
listening on the
glasses.
replay, she has taken off her prescription glasses and she have put on these hair blockers.
I'm the one, the only one. Unique. That's who I am, honey.
You am.
Well, I like those. I really do. I like those.
It was everything. It was everything. And if I had the money, the time, and the resources, I would do it over and over and over again. So the person who did it for 5 times. Listen, but let me tell y'all about this. Is the thing about the Beyonce concert. Just kind of relating it to our topic, okay? Because you know I'm 42. Had a wonderful time. Was hoarse, sweating because you had to walk to the place, and then I'm standing up the whole time, like, oh, I cried. I ain't even. Well, I say I ain't gonna tell you, but I cried. And then she started singing. I said, "I love you." I was like, "I love you too." I lied to you not, baby. I was crying in, okay, and it's so good to move the vibe. But y'all, after y'all stop laughing at me crying, I didn't wash my face. I did not wash my face. Also, because I came home, I got in the bed. I walked my dog. I got in the bed, and I say, y'all, I cannot find one of my lashes, and I think my dog might have ate it, but one of them is like in the little cassette, you know, and I'm bringing it to that point because it's like I'm not 20 anymore. The doing the stuff like not washing your face, taking makeup off, I know I can't do that forever, you know. So that's like to the point because we're 40. And like we talk about, the whole point of the conversations that we have is like, what can make our life better? what the goal is to get to 50 and the 60 and the 70 and the 80. So, you know, when I saw a video today, this lady is 104 years old, looking 80, honey. I need that. So, Sherlyn,
thank you, Lord.
My first question to you, Miss Esthetician.
First of all, I need you to not go to bed with your makeup on.
What do I do instead?
Friend, you just got to take that extra 10 minutes and wash your face.
10? Can I break down to 5?
Friend, listen. So I like to tell people this all the time. Like, you really only get one face. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take care of it. You going to sleep with makeup on, it's like aging your skin.
Mm.
So even if I go out and I'm coming back and it's like, so I'm like, my whole thing, I'm driving home, I'm like, oh, I gotta wash my face because I don't want to, but I know if I don't, I'm gonna break out. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to take those extra steps to just wash your face. Now, when you're washing your face, and I'm not talking about just getting on makeup wipe and wipe your face and be like, okay, I'm going to bed.
That's not enough?
No, that's not. So you need to do that. So you can do just the general steps of just washing your face. Just the plain, simple steps. You got like 3 steps that you do daily, maybe. And then every other day, you might add an couple extra steps. But you need to make sure that you cleanse your face at least twice, morning and night. You're going to do 1 rinse. It's just like when you wash your hair. You know how when you wash your hair, that first rinse, it doesn't sud? It's because you still have oils and things. But when you do it the second time, you got bubbles and suds and things like that. So when you do that, that's your face. So when you washing that first layer, it's not gonna sud because you still.
So I gotta wash my face twice.
2 times.
I sound real dirty, huh? I gotta wash my face twice.
Oh Lord, you wouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love my makeup. I'm gonna keep it on to tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you wash your face 2 times. As we're getting older, our skin cells don't turn over as frequently as they did when we were 20, and, you know, things like that. So it's good to exfoliate, but not exfoliate every day, just because our skin isn't preparing new cells as fast, right? Okay. So with me, like as far as exfoliating, I do it maybe like every other day. Do y'all know what exfoliating is?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so that's
like
just anything,
salt crystals,
little beads, anything that has little
abrasive.
Yeah.
So you do it every other day?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do wash my point of clarification, I do wash my face, but I don't exfoliate every day. Now,
so how often do you exfoliate?
Listen, at least when I think about it, the next time.
Okay, that means that's a long time.
It is. So you at least need to do it like 3 times a week. So this is how I put it in my hand. Monday, Wednesday. I need to take a look.
Me personally, I really do like a mini facial, and I try to do at least twice a week.
But what's the difference between a mini facial and an exfoliate? What you saying?
The exfoliation is part of the facial. Yeah. So but I'm just saying, like, where I'm gonna do like a mask, I'm gonna exfoliate, I'm gonna wash my face, I'm gonna put on some depuffer around my eye, which I should do that every day, but I don't always do that. I'm gonna do something with vitamin C to help brighten it up. I'm gonna do an oil. I'm gonna do my probably like 2 different moisturizers for different things, and depending on what it is, I always use like what is the word I'm looking for? Wait a minute. A toner. Like some of the toner that I have is like for pH. Some of the toner is for other stuff, and then I have one with like BPH in it to help also exfoliate in between those times.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this. Sherlyn, what's your suggestion? Because I'm not gonna do that often. I'm just being honest.
Just being real.
Like, I'm not the person that say that I will do it every once in a while, but I know I'm not gonna do that 2 to 3 times.
I think maybe just starting with like just 3 steps. So if you feel like that's too much, I'm not gonna go through all that. And then people have different skin, you know, so you might be able to go with that exfoliate and be straight. I can't do that because I have oily skin. I'm acne prone. I'm 42 and I still get acne. You know what I'm saying? So those are just methods for me to prevent from breaking out. But as long as you're doing like a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer. Boom. That's your 3. If you don't want to, I don't want to do no serums and creams and eye creams and all that. Now, if you don't, now
I'm not saying I won't. I'm just like, I don't see me doing it as
okay,
often.
well, I'll put this on your mind. You said that you still want to be looking great at 80 and 90. So how great do you want to look?
You gotta use
because as I say,
right. So, but I think that's an in between thing because a lot of these people, this lady who was 104, she wasn't doing all that.
This is true, but then I will say this, given account of her age, to the point that she probably was 40 or 50 years old, it wasn't as much pollution and stuff in the air. There wasn't as much breakdown with the ozone, so people get UV rays, plus the food that they ate. So, so them just putting on Vaseline on their face to keep it, that was good enough back then.
Shirley looked like she came up on her soul, left her body when you said Vaseline.
But I'm just thinking about things the older people that they use. If not, they use that pink olive oil. I don't know what was in it, but everybody they used it. But some of that stuff, it was good. And I will say this, okay, I know time may be an issue, Myochi. I love to sleep. So a lot of times steps that I use to start off with, I'm doing them when I'm in the shower. So, I already wash my face. I done did, and I gave you a Clarisonic, so you can do that. Then I put my mask on and I'm washing while I'm in there. So that gives me that 7 to 10 minutes while I'm in the shower that my mask is on. So once I get out of the, wash it off, get out the shower, by the time I get over there, it's like, okay, I'm already getting ready. But I do.
And it sounds real good, even if I did it once a week. But I know I am not going to do that often. I'm not going to wash my face in the shower. Like, I only wash my face in the shower when I'm in a rush. My face does not feel clean when I do that. I know that it is, but I don't like it. So I don't really, because even washing my hair, I wash my hair in the sink. I don't like it's just.
I don't wash my hair in the shower.
So I'm just saying this is the thing. So I'm not gonna do it. I don't know. I'm not saying you shouldn't. This is not an argument. I'm definitely not saying I shouldn't, but I want to know what is the bare minimum.
I think you just do at least if you do those 3 steps: wash, toner, moisturize. If you don't have any issues where you're not worried about because I'm all about serums. I'm gonna use me a serum. I'm gonna use a wrinkle cream. I'm gonna use a pore tightener, neck tightener. That's me. I am death becomes her.
You use a serum.
That's me.
Yeah, I do have serum.
I love that movie.
Man, that is me. That movie. I don't play that. If I could drink a potion, I would.
And let me tell you,
I also have bought serums. It's just, that's why I say it's not like I don't know these things are important. Like, I have stuff to do it.
Time.
It's me not taking the time. And I feel like if I was to get a good routine that is manageable for me, then maybe I would do it more often. But I honestly get overwhelmed. Like, I bought some stuff here because I'm like, I bought this 2 weeks ago. This is called peach slices. I don't know. I don't want to have no ad, but I'm gonna just talk about it. But the reason why I say because I want to talk about this because it says Snail Rescue. It's an intensive wash-off jelly mask. Have 95% snail mucin concentrate, and this is like a Korean situation or whatever. All the way on TikTok and things, and it's supposed to be really, really good for your skin. And it's a mask. I've had it for 2 weeks. Haven't done it. I have a serum. So I do have one issue is hyperpigmentation, and I have vitamin C stuff. At this point, it's probably old for the shelf life as long as I've had it, but it's still full. I'll say the probably only thing I'm consistent with is the eye stuff. I still have the stuff from Mary Kay. I don't know. Anyway, I do that often, so I ain't gonna have no crow's feet. But everything else, we'll see what happens.
And the thing is, too, you have to. It's not like when people buy all these products, you be thinking I want to see instant results. I want to see it right now. So sometimes you have to, it might be 3-4 weeks before you start seeing a change in certain products.
But you have to be consistent as well.
Yeah, you have to be consistent. So if that mask tell you do it 3 times a week, in order for you to see that that change that you want to see, you got to do it 3 times.
I haven't even used it.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Send that to me. I use it for you.
Well,
Okay,
I would say this because it is very easy now with social media to like just jump on the bandwagon. Oh, this is good, that is good, that is good. It's just like hair products, like anything else. Everything that may work for other people may not work for you because every person's body and skin is something different based off of some of these people. I know I had to use everything different when I was in Chicago. In Chicago, it was always windy, so it just dried you out. So guess what? It didn't matter what I put on. I had to put Vaseline on my face. Otherwise, I was going to feel very, very dry. But guess what? My skin looked great during that time. As I say, it may not work for you, but guess what? Chicago is a different type of beast, and that coldness and stuff like that. And typically, in my T zone, that's where I'm oily at. Like, no, if I didn't put on that, like seriously, like how can you be ashy even on the tip of your ears? Go to Chicago and don't put on some like heavy, like I had to use heavy creams and stuff because one, you wrapping up everything. So everything is already on your face and it's absorbing it. So it's like, okay, I got to use something else. If not, my face feels so dry, so itchy and tight. Like, so that was, if not, I'm using shea butter, but as I say, I've never been a person who broke out. So those things do not cause me, problems with other people. It may do, but like I know, just like if I feel like, oh, my face ain't right, I can sit up there and just start drinking water. And seriously, like when I get ready to go to bed, put on Vaseline, and within 1 week, you're like, girl, you've been going to the spa, you've been getting facials and stuff. But I know that works for me. It ain't gonna work for everybody else.
Every time you say Vaseline, to see Sherlyn's face, it's like,
I can just see her.
It's like somebody knocking her.
But Sherlyn, like seriously, like I will say this, like for my skin routine and stuff that I have recently purchased, which is Elements products, which a lot of people don't realize. A lot of European products, they put 80% of the active ingredient in it, where in the United States, what they sell over the counter is only 20%. Anything over there, you have to have a prescription. So there's just, just the way that the market works. However, Elements is not cheap. So when I use that regimen for me, that's a $400 every time I spend it. So guess what? That may not work for everybody. But as I say, now since I'm at this age, it is different things that I don't want to happen to my face. So I guess what, I got to spend more. And plus I want something that works great with me. Thankfully, I don't have problematic skin or sensitive skin. So I have always been able to use some of the cheap stuff and stuff like that. But like typically since I've been making a little bit more money, I spend more on my face and stuff like that, because at one point in time, like I could use Noxzema and St. Ives, the apricot scrub, and I was good to go. But
then she like,
but that was in my
this Vaseline on my face.
Look, but that was in my early 20s. That was in my teens and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff that's out there now wasn't out there back then. And I didn't have access and I didn't know. And a lot of times it was like, well, if I'm just washing my face, I'm pretty good, But now things.
When I was in like even when I was in esthetician school, like I really went, because I did makeup, and they were like, when you do makeup, if somebody needs their eyebrows waxed and things like that, you'll know how to deal with their skin. So like I said, I've always had acne. But then when I went to esthetician school and we could work on our face and doing all these masks and microdermabrasions, I got into it and I was like, I truly saw a difference. So it's different, you know what I'm saying, and I knew I saw a difference because I was doing it every day. So I knew, okay, so this is what I gotta make time. If I want my face to be right, if I don't want to have these issues, I'm gonna have to do morning and night. And I do not like, even if I try to lay down and go to sleep, it'll be in the back of my head like, girl, get up. You know you did. And I'd be like, oh, and I get up and go wash my face. Like, it's that bad. So, because I know if I don't, I'm gonna break out, so. But Myochi, just if you're fast and always got something to do, as long as you got those 3 steps, like you said, if you think about, oh, let me exfoliate if that's what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's recommended that you at least exfoliate like 3 times a day. So in my mind, I do it on Monday. Like, what's today? Sunday. I want to exfoliate today. So I exfoliate on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's how I know. And now I even got like my son on that regimen too, because he's dealing with teenage acne. You know what I'm saying? So point blank, I just went blank. But acne plays on your self-esteem. It's me being a makeup artist. I've had clients that come in and like, oh, I know you probably can't do my makeup because of my acne or my facial situations. So, and I've noticed that even us as grown women, like it still plays on our self-esteem. I've had acne since I was in 6th grade. So can't nobody say nothing to me like, oh, you got bumpy face, girl. Oh, okay. Like, because I've had it for so long that it didn't bother me because I thought that was the norm. You get what I'm saying? But once I went to school and started learning about skincare, and then I started taking care of my face, and I was like, oh, I can control this. Bet I'm going to control it. You know what I'm saying? So now, of course, when, we're women, we have menstruations and periods. Of course, I break out, in our hormonal area. That's something that I don't have control of, but I can at least try to prevent. I try to do more preventing, you know what I'm saying, than something happening, then I'm trying to work on all these things. So, yeah. But I say just do your 3 steps, girl, but at least do 2 rinses, toner, moisturizer.
Now I have a question. Because y'all mentioned toner. So what type of toner would you suggest?
Okay, so there's so many products. Like, this is one of them things where, like, I bought a couple of, so.
I have some too. You show yours and then I show mine.
So I'm going to start with my moisturizer. Okay, so of course I used to work for Clinique. Boom. And when I worked for Clinique, at first I was like, oh, that's not for African American people. Boom. It's very good. Their face washes, their toners. Basically what toner does is get excessive dead cells off your skin. Okay. So like you say you don't exfoliate. That's a form of exfoliation. It's just a liquid exfoliant. You know what I'm saying? So you can still do, Clinique has very good toners. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't really know too many like Sea Breeze. Some people use like Sea Breeze and things like that. But like Clinique has good toners, Lancome, like places like that. But if you want something, Clinique is reasonable, it's not expensive, and they have different toners for different like oily combination, dry skin. So though you want to make sure you're also using the correct toner for your skin type.
Okay.
Right. Now, me, I use, I don't know if they can see it, this Exuviant. It's a good one. This is the Hydro Prep. It's a pH balance toner. And it has glycolate, BPH, botanical extracts. But then I have this, the NK list. I got this from Sephora. It's a BHA toner. So it actually exfoliates while you're doing stuff. So this one, I do this more at night.
Right.
Or I work night shift for people who don't know. So my daytime is literally at night and vice versa. So this wouldn't be something I'm just going to go straight out into the sunlight.
Right.
Whereas this one, I will. But another thing that I have used before, people that can use is like witch hazel. It's a toner that they have with like cucumber extracts and stuff like that. That is real good. It's reasonable. A lot of the stuff, that's the basis of it anyway. Right. Of it, and sometimes it kind of tell you like how good you're washing your face, because as I say, once you wiping it on your face with that puffing and you're looking at it, it's like, did I wash my face? And so it's letting you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
That makes sense. Like, I mean, I've used toner. I actually have a toner. Again, I have everything I need. That is not the problem.
You ready?
The problem is not that. The problem is me actually using it, and I have a toner. But that makes sense that it's also exfoliating. That's why, because like you said, sometimes you do the toner in your little cotton ball. I'm like, well, good Lord, did I wash my face?
Now picture,
but it's
that's what I'm saying. If your face, you wash your face twice and it's clean, and you still do it, so picture you should do a makeup wipe and go to bed.
That's true. Okay, I got a question about this day and night, because this I'll tell you, this also trips me up. about, oh, do it twice a day, you do it at night, do it in the morning. So in an 8-hour window, because if I'm gonna wash my face before I go to sleep, then I'm gonna wake up and wash my face. There's no time in between. Is there a reasonable amount of time that you say, oh well, actually you probably should do it earlier in the evening? Like you probably should do it when you come home 5-6 o'clock in the evening. I'm just asking.
It's not really like a time frame. You know what I'm saying? Because you wanna wash the day off. You know, because you got sun rays, just particles from the air, everything that's
Your hand been in your face. If you've been wearing your mask on there. Well, I would say this, Myochi, your nighttime routine should definitely be better than your daytime because, as I say, you saying it's your timing, to be able to do all this trying to get out the door. But once you get home from work, you take your dog out, do all of that kind of stuff. How many more hours do you have before you actually able to lay down? So you're really giving yourself plenty of time for everything to absorb in, so that you can do what.
And so that's my question, because usually people doing it right before you go to sleep. But it's like, is it better? That was my question. Is it better to do it like, oh, I came home, like you said, I walked the dog, or I ate, whatever, maybe finish up some notes, then wash my face, and then maybe I might be going to sleep 2 or 3 hours later, or does it not matter? Because
if you want to be able to do all of the
I'm walking up and I'm washing my face again.
Because I know one thing that I do, like when I first come home from work, I take my makeup off. Like I'll take my wipe and wipe my makeup off. But I don't really just do my skin routine until it's like I'm taking my shower and all that good stuff. Then I'll wash my face. But when I come in the house, just because I feel like in my profession, I have to wear makeup every day. So I feel like, oh, my skin is like, oh my God, I need to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm wiping it off. Now I don't go straight into my routine. I finish whatever I gotta, like walk my dog, do all that stuff. But I do make sure that I wipe the makeup off, you know what I'm saying, to prepare me for it. But it's not, I think if you make it where it's like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of think like you're making it like, oh, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you just think like of the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying? The benefits of it, because you need, you got to do it. And because when you don't wash your face, it ages your skin like real bad, So my pores already big. I don't need no bigger pores. You know what I'm saying? So I got to wash my face. You know what I'm saying? So
we have a comment about a steamer, and I'm assuming the question is like, how often should you use a steamer? Is using a steamer good? I mean, I know people use it for facials. If you have one, how often should you be using one?
I mean, it's really not, because basically what a steamer does is basically it opens your pores. So if you're steaming, if the person is steaming before they wash, they're just basically really getting the dirt out of their skin. Okay. So what a steamer does, it opens the pores to allow you to get the extra dirt. If you ever want to tighten your skin, take an ice cube, rub it over your face. A lot of times, like if you have enlarged pores, have y'all seen people put their face in ice water and things like that? That tightens up your pores. But what a steamer
it works
does,
too. I've done it.
Yeah. What a steamer does, it opens up your pores so you're able to, get all the skin out, the debris and everything. So it's really not a limit to the steamer. And I don't think it would do any harsh if somebody's steaming their face every day. It actually is probably good for the skin. Their skin probably looks very like glowy. You know what I'm saying?
I love like a steamer. It's just kind of just like when you do like a steam for your hair and stuff like that, and your hair gets like super duper soft. You can see it's like very, very hydrated. And not only like just to clean everything out, but also the product that you're putting on that you want to be able to get down into those different levels. I think they're better.
Yeah.
That's just for me. Yeah. But I take really, really hot showers. So me cleaning my face in the shower, that's when I do, start off, and then I do like, Philip Roth Thomas mask and stuff, which I love his mask. Those are great. And then I use my Clarisonic. So this, even if I don't use an abrasive, and I gave you one, Myochi.
You did.
Do you use it, Myochi? Do you use
Have
it?
you ever used it?
This is not
That's
about
just a
me.
yes or no. Have you ever
This
used
is
it, ma'am?
That's
I
this is
want it
not
back.
about me.
I need it back. I need it
I'm
back
not
because the
giving it
company, they
back.
have
I'm
went
gonna
out.
use it. It's with
No,
everything
you're not.
else that I have
The
bought.
company,
use
the
it
company
tonight,
has
Myochi.
went out
Use
of
it tonight.
business,
Use it
and you
tonight.
can't get them no more.
I'm not giving it back.
Use it tonight, Myochi, so you can see a difference. And you'll be like,
Okay.
okay. Like,
Because really, even when you do them, because I gave you different little different thing on the top, because you can like change these for what you want them to. That's still just kind of like an exfoliator because it's more than just your hands and stuff like that. But I use that with my Purity every day, not unless I use like one of the Clarisonic face washes that has some of the abrasive stuff in it.
Mm.
I do
Okay.
that every day. I don't skip.
yeah. And I think, Myochi, you know how they say you do something for 21 days, then it become habit. I think if you do it, you'll be washing your face in your sleep. And I know I get on my son nerve because every morning you wash your face yet? Did you, Mama, did you do
I
it?
might need you to text me every morning.
Yeah, and I
Like,
will.
did you wash your face
Yeah,
last night?
and that's another
Or at
thing,
night?
another big thing going into that as far as protecting your skin. Also, a lot of African American people don't feel that or don't believe that we need sunscreen, but we need sunscreen more than anybody else needs sunscreen. And basically, sunscreen just it protects you from the ultra, the violet rays, whatever. But because we do have melanin in our skin, we really need to use sunscreen. I get so many customers. I ask like, "Do you use a sunscreen?" They be like, like, "Oh, I don't wear sunscreen."
Because they
Like,
think it's like you're trying
yeah,
not
like,
to get dark.
ugh.
Like it has
Yeah.
nothing
I'm
to do with
like,
that.
girl, you better put some sunscreen on that skin. And if you notice, a lot of makeups now they have like SPF 35, SPF 15, like
Now that was gonna
foundations.
be my question because I'm listen, I'm all about shortening steps. Okay. So I use this product called Bolden. I actually really like it. And when I'm good about using the moisturizer. I mean, yeah, what is this? The cleanser, and I'm good about using a moisturizer. I'm not good about using a toner, but y'all got me together. I'm gonna do better. But
Yeah.
this actually has SPF 30 with vitamin C. So the reason why I like this because I have issues with hyperpigmentation
Mm-hmm.
and of course the SPF. So honey, anything you could do to shorten down what I need to do in the morning, at night, during the day,
Mm-hmm.
whenever I love. But my question to you is what is a good SPF to do on an everyday basis that's gonna take you throughout the day?
Well, okay, and again, there's so many products. I was talking to Myoshi about this before we went. Side note, I was like, "It's so many products, Myoshi. Like, I don't know which one. Like, you might name something that I've never heard of, but you could be teaching me something. But the sunscreen that I like to use again is Clinique. They have good sunscreens. I don't like sunscreens that leave that cast. Like, how a lot of people don't
Yeah,
like to use sunscreen because they feel like, oh, it makes me
especially
have a
for Black people, it
black.
does have that hue. But I will
Yes.
say this: Fenty Beauty, Rihanna, she got the formulation right. She has a
Sunscreen.
sunscreen moisturizer
Mm-hmm.
that does not leave no type of hue or
Right.
anything like that on you. It's light. It's very, very light.
Right.
So to be able to use that, that's my preference in terms of that. But I do have some of the Clinique uh SPF cleanser. I think it's like that's formulated for like children, well, teenagers, like the step 1, step 2,
Right.
whatever, like that.
Right.
Um, I'm not such a big fan because it still leaves that kind of sheen on me. But if
Mm-hmm.
I use that plus my makeup and stuff like that, you really
Right.
don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But Rihanna, you put it on your face and boom, you
Mm-hmm.
out the door.
Because usually, like when I use sunscreen, I use it. I'm sorry, Myoshi.
No,
When
you
I
good. Go ahead.
when I use sunscreen, it's in a serum. So
Okay.
like I have serums that have sunscreen in them. So I don't use just like a pure, just like a white. So the sunscreen that I do use is in a serum, so it doesn't leave a cast. And then I use foundations that have sunscreen, so they kind of help me out too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So
Mm-hmm.
what serums do you use?
Ooh, child. I use one serum. It's called Even Better Clinical, and that Myochi, that might be something good for you because it deals with hyperpigmentation. Because I am acne prone, I do have a lot of scarring that I deal with. So I use like a hyperpigmentation serum. I use that. So that's my biggest thing. That and tightening. So I use any type of wrinkle cream. If they say wrinkle cream, I'm gonna use it.
I'm tight. You ain't gonna be loose.
Because
I use that with this because I do like this. This is a moisturizer SPF, and I just want to say this about Bolden. Bolden is created by Black scientists for people with melanin. Like, I mean, it's not just Black people, people of color. They created, and that's one of the reasons why I like it, because I did use the Fenty, and I felt like it broke me out a little bit. Because it had a little perfume, it had like a little perfumey, and my skin can be sensitive to certain things like that. But could I, if I was using this, also use the Even Better serum? Yeah. Or would I switch it off?
Yeah, you can layer.
At the same time.
So this is what you do. So when you're doing serums, you want to always put your moisturizer first, because your moisturizer kind of is like a layer. It's kind of like a sponge. It's like it's going to open up your skin to be able to absorb different serums. So you do your moisturizer and then you put your sunscreen on, and that'll just help it where your skin will take the serum better.
Okay, so technically I could just do this. So this is the moisturizer and then I do the serum on top. Would I have to do the serum twice a day?
So say for instance you got a 2-in-1 like that. You ain't gotta do no serum. Now say
if you have a serum for what you want, because there's different serums for different things. So you may have something that's for lightening and brightening, something that's for fine wrinkles and lines. You may have something that's for extra moisture. So it depends on what you're using that for, because what's her name? She's Black lady, Danessa. I started using her serum, right? And so it has like gold flakes in it. So it helps lighten, brightening. But a lot of times what people don't realize, even if you have oily skin, it's because your skin is not hydrated. So the more I hydrate, the better my T-zone looks in general and stuff like that, which is not like the opposite. Like, I don't want to put this on because no.
But do you have to do serum twice a day? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, when I mean, like,
whatever your
nighttime.
Wait, no. So like, you're not gonna put on at night. You're not gonna put on no SPF. You get what I'm saying? So like, you should have like different serums. You have serums that don't have SPF in them that just do specifically what they're supposed to. Like, you might have a serum with hyaluronic acid in it. You know what I'm saying? So of course you can't use that in the daytime. So you're going to use it at night. Now, if you got SPF in it, of course, that's your daytime serum. At nighttime, so like my daytime serums and my nighttime serums are totally different. Okay. So if it has SPF in it, vitamin C, that type of stuff, yes, I'm going to do that during the daytime. If it says it's a night cream or hyaluronic acid or things like that, you usually do those things in the nighttime because it works as you sleep. You know what I'm saying? So so just be more mindful of like when you get products. Sometimes they'll tell you like, oh, use this twice at night or use this during the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you follow in the directions of whatever products you're using.
Okay.
But
I sure enough use this moisturizer at night too.
Yeah, they're making stuff easy for people like how you are like, look, I ain't got time to be doing no 10 steps. Because literally, my face routine, I probably do 8 steps a night. But I've been doing it so long, I don't even realize that.
But the thing is, you want the certain results, because I guarantee you, Myochi, if you get on a good regimen, you probably will realize that your hyperpigmentation is not as bad. But like, if you halfway washing your face, how's it going to get better? Because you're not doing nothing to accelerate those turnover of cells, which that helps with the hyperpigmentation. So something that have vitamin C, something that may have retinol in it, or something that may have like the PHA that helps to exfoliate, plus like something that have a superfood so it can feed those cells to help kind of bring it out. That's kind of.
Let me find out your dermatologist.
Let's talk a little bit more about retinol. We have a comment. Someone's asking about retinol. So What is it for? How often should you be using it?
So that's one of those things like you do every other day. It can be very strong. Um, and like I said, it's another something that you use that is for cell turnover. So it's helped to like plump the skin, tighten the skin, things of that nature. But it's just a stronger formula. A lot of times, like if you're doing a retinol, don't use anything else, because it can over dry the skin as well. So because of how strong it is. So usually like if you're doing like any like retinols or any type of hyaluronic acid, you can't mix those because it can be too much on your skin. So like when you do a retinol, say for you, I would only do retinol at night. I wouldn't do it in the daytime.
But is that an everyday? And I'm saying what I mean by is it an everyday? If I say,
No, I would
oh,
do
I'm
that
gonna,
every other day because at our age, like I said, our skin cells aren't turning over like that. Like I don't even if y'all ever notice when y'all get your eyebrows arched now, if they nick them or do them wrong, it takes a long time for them to grow back because we're at the age now, like you better save them hairs because if they wax too much, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of have to like now we have to kind of like reserve what we have. So using that retinol every day, that would be too harsh on our skin. So I would recommend every other day with something like that. And make sure you drink plenty of water. And that's another thing too, to see skin success. You have to drink. You have to hydrate. Eating fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I know that sound like but really like hydrating is really good for your skin. If somebody on here they listening, they lips always dry, like, oh my God, why are my lips always dry? Because you're dehydrated.
And also, a lot of people they don't think about face routine includes your lips too, because like I exfoliate my lips and a chapstick and a lip moisturizer and Carmex is all three different things.
Right.
And some people they don't realize that. But exfoliating your lips help with the dryness and the flakiness, and then putting on a moisturizer to help moisturize. But like if you use Carmex or something like that, really that's just the sealant and stuff.
Use Vaseline. Now, and if you want to do a home remedy, like if you're like, what's a sugar scrub? You can take sugar and lemon, mix it together, wet your lips, and you can just rub your lips. Then you get you some, you let it sit, wipe it off, and then just use Vaseline. And you got
when you use Vaseline on your lips.
That's when you use Vaseline. And then you put Vaseline on your lips, and it'll get that skin. Because that's another thing I hate too. Like when doing people makeup and they come, like I always make sure I tell them like 2 days before their appointment, make sure you hydrate, make sure you drink water, like exfoliate your lips. Because a lot of times too, Myochi, when you go to a makeup artist and you're not taking care of your skin, your makeup don't look right. You know what I'm saying? So
it won't lay.
your face is a canvas. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you have those things in place because to me, makeup is an enhancement. We're already beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? So when you add makeup, that's enhancing your beauty. You shouldn't be wearing makeup to make you beautiful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No. And I think sometimes people get that confused and they get that makeup done like, well, I don't look like the picture. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother segment we can talk about where people really want to look like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And you have to talk to them to be like, no, you have beautiful lips. Or they're like, oh, I can't wear a red lip because my lips are too big. I hear that a lot. And that's coming from African-American women. I'm like, what? Like people are paying to get their lips to look like ours. Girl, wear that red lipstick. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just be able to just knowing your canvas and knowing the things like find the things that you want to work on. Maybe, your skin look good. You might not have issues where you like really into it. Like, okay, this will work. You know what I'm saying? But with me, like I have these issues that I know if I don't take care of my skin, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just taking care of your canvas because we old now, not like that. We not old, but we're
older.
We getting on
can't
up.
wait to tell somebody, girl, I'm 50, and they be like, but even now, when I do people makeup, and they be like, oh, I'm 20 such and such, and they'll ask me how old are you, and I'm like, I'm 42, and they like, girl, I thought you was like 20 something. Nope, I am 42. And sometimes I lie and just tell people I'm 50 just to mess with them. I'm like, I'm 50. They're like, oh my God. I'm like, yep.
Like, you older than my mama.
Like,
Like,
oh my
yeah.
God, you so yeah, I'm 50 and I take care of my skin. But but that's how we should be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I rather us look like this. Look how when we 42, 40, and girl, we look like we 28, 29.
Yeah, I mean, I get it all the time. And I think, I'll be honest, that I think is one of the reasons why I don't make it a priority. I'm just going to be honest. Because
I'm beautiful already.
Hello. And I mean, yes, I'm beautiful. And also, I do get that often. It's not like, oh, I'm so beautiful, I don't need to wash my face. I do wash my face, but I'm saying, like, I think that's probably why I don't make it a priority to be like, oh, here's my routines and this, and this.
I would say this. It's just like with anything else. Everything is okay till it's not okay. And then when you wake up and it's like, what in the world happened? Yep. So as I say, with everything else, you want it to be preventative.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm all about.
So I would say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Being reactive. Is that what I'm trying to say?
You reactive be proactive.
Proactive versus reactive. Yes.
Reactive. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
And that is definitely where I am, especially with hyperpigmentation. I've always dealt with it. So also that for me, it's just one of those things like, whatever, I don't even care about it really. But also at different times, I see an increase in it. So it's like, I know I just need to, what's important for me right now is finding a routine that's going to work. You know, the best routine is the one you're going to do. That's one thing that I realized. So it's like, am I going to do that? That's what I got to be real about. Listen, I'm not exfoliating every other day. I don't even do it once a week. So I think I'm going to start there. Okay. I'm going to start
there.
Once a week. Steps. I'm going to use my Clarisonic. Sonic.
Baby steps.
You know what I'm saying? You know, baby steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. How do you feel about dermaplaning?
That's the one with the peach fuzz, right?
Yeah, and that first layer. Yeah.
I've done it before and it really like skin is immaculate. I noticed though my skin was more oily. I think just because I didn't have that protective, I call it peach fuzz, like the peach fuzz on the face. But when you remove it, like it brightens, it kind of makes it brightens your skin. And it just makes your makeup look so flawless.
It looks like it's airbrush on, like you're already wearing a full color.
Yeah. And Mo, if you ever get one, that helps with hyperpigmentation too. A lot of times it's a casting the shadow of our peach fuzz that causes the color as well. That you wouldn't think, you know what I'm saying? But you get that layer like that peach fuzz off, you'll be able to see
most of my peach fuzz, whatever kind of hair on my body is black.
Right.
So it's just kind of like the times, like the first time I ever went, and then I got like this full on thing with the spatial and stuff. I had got it off for Groupon, and shout out to these people. And I was just like, oh my God, like I might be light skinned. Like
it changed
things like. And I've been, had my hair done and stuff like that. And, they may just shape up. Like, it's like, oh, wow, I really did have a sideburn and stuff. But, like, I am a hairy person.
Right.
Like, I really and truthfully am and stuff. It used to bother me when I was younger. But now it's just like, okay, it is what it is, But when I have had it done, like, the application of your makeup is so, so nice. If not, like, you can just put on a tinted, moisturizer and, like, literally, like that makeup, no makeup look is really, really great. I do like it. Yeah.
What about the vampire facial?
I don't do all that. The blood and
I'm not doing
this is my thing. I feel like women of color, we have, just because we do have melanin in our skin, we don't have to do as much as other races as far as like vampire facials. I'm not gonna let you see, because my thing with that, they're pricking holes in your skin, but does that leave scarring? You get what I'm saying?
That's one of my thoughts.
Yeah, it seemed like it would leave scarring. But I mean, people do like beauty, y'all. The beauty industry is like, I always say this. Yeah, they making robots and self checkout and all this, but the beauty industry is gonna always boom because can't no, machine make your face up. You know what I'm saying? Can't no.
And the vanity of it all. That is
Yeah.
something that is never going to go away with, especially women, our quest to stay looking youthful.
Yeah.
Or if you one day you wake up and it's like, hey, I need to try to reverse the time back.
Mm.
That is just something that no matter what, just women in general is going to do. I've had a friend that did a vampire facial and stuff like that.
Did she have any like
She
scarring?
didn't have any type of scarring or whatever like that. However, she needed to stay in hiding for like 3 days because her face was so red, you
Maybe
know.
that's why they
And
call it vampire, because you got to stay inside.
And inside.
well, that, but then also it's kind of like if you scared of needles, like people they forget, like especially because it's like a plasma pheresis, so they taking your blood and they spinning it down and then it's kind of like giving it back to you type thing. So they doing all these injections and stuff like that in your face. So I'm just before the pandemic, I was already, you ain't finna touch my face. I want you to wear gloves. I want to see you wash your hands, and I want you to wash your hands, long enough, just because I just know how transmissible things are. So one, I don't want, I just don't feel comfortable going to a regulated place with certain different things and that you're handling blood products. Like, because I
Yeah,
don't I
that's
don't know what the extensive of the training is in
right.
terms of how you dealing with bloodborne pathogens and stuff. That is like, that's just something like, no, I'm not finna do. You
Yeah.
know,
I don't want
I
nobody who went to a 2-day training and then no ma'am.
you don't have RN or MD behind your name or something like that. Like, I just no, absolutely not. But like, because it was just prickling and stuff, and then she was like, they did it for over like 30 minutes and stuff like that over her face. So she did have some swelling. Now after she felt like her results looked great. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know, I seen her, to me she looked the same, but for I wasn't looking at her face that in depth every
Right.
day, right? So to me, that ain't for me. Because most of the time, I love YouTube. I watch a lot of
Mm-hmm.
makeup gurus, whatever like that. And then some of the stuff, I don't see a lot of us women of color doing those things. Like you said, a lot of stuff I don't necessarily think that it is for us. And it's like, who thought of this? Like, why do I have to get my plasma that's already in my body, extract it and put it on my face? Like, to me, I don't see the biochemistry in it. I got to see the medicine. Like, I got to see some kind of benefit. Like, why is it? This is what's feeding my face. Like, why I gotta have it on the outside too?
Yeah.
It don't
And
make
then
sense.
the first time I ever heard of it was from Kim Kardashian, and she did it. When she
And then
did
everybody
it,
want to do it.
yeah. Because at
Yeah.
first I hadn't really heard of it, and then I looked it up, and I was like, it's not that serious. Like, and then you rubbing the blood in my face, girl. No.
What?
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
prick your skin, and then they kind of just like the blood that comes out, they massage it in your
It's
skin.
supposed to help with like the buildup of collagen and stuff. So
Maybe
like,
drink you some tea and some water. You trying to circulation.
Girl.
Just get you some.
now I'm gonna tell you this, which it made 100% sense to me. I had seen this was one time when Yana Van Zant was doing Fix Your Life. So like Oprah had did this thing where they redid her house, and in her house she had this thing. She said, "Yeah, I hang upside down every day for like 10 minutes." And really, the thing is, like, people, the contraction that she said that she had it because she had back problems, way back when, where like some people, they had this little thing, it looks like a little cart, and you flip upside down where it takes the pressure off your back.
Mhm.
But when you think about all that blood and stuff is rushing to your head, where, it does help. And I do know that, kind of hanging upside down, it helps with hair growth because you got more nutrients. Because when you think your blood is here and you shooting blood up, but it's still the gravity of it that's pulling down. And then she was like, she just, she said it really does help. That's part of her meditation. She said she would massage her face, not with anything, just massaging it and having a head. And I went to the gym plenty of times, and I done seen people, how little kids be on the little monkey bars upside down and stuff like that. And you still massaging their head, massaging their face. So like that, I understand. I see
That's
that.
also good for anxiety. I need one of those things. I heard about that for your back. It's like a little swing. Not a
Yeah.
swing. It's like this
Because
material
it take
wraps
all of the
around.
pressure, because all of the pressure
Mhm.
goes down, and what you want is to kind of expand. So if you have that
Mhm.
going the other opposite direction, it should definitely help. So in that regards, I definitely see that. I guess, like, what would be some of your tips that you could give to anybody for, especially since we're in the sweet spot of 40, maintaining the usefulness, slowing down aging. And if you do have some signs, what's the best thing to reverse it outside of diet and exercise? Because I think those are all, and hydration, those are always going to be your top three for everything. But
The one thing that I would do is, a lot of people aren't aware of the things that their skin is going through. So I would definitely go to this is just somebody who's like looking for something, like, you can go to different beauty brands like Lancome, Estee Lauder, Chanel, all these different lines have skincare products.
mhm,
Uh, my favorite skincare line is Dermalogica. They have a lot of stuff. They sell it at Ulta.
yeah,
But
it is
just
really good.
first, you just need to know what kind of skin you have. If some people might not know their combination, so they could be using the wrong products. So you want to first make sure you're using the right products. Then you want to find whatever your focus is on. If you're focusing on wrinkles, or if you're trying to um, make your pores smaller. So, like I said, it's different serums for different things, so you just want to make sure whatever you're working on personally, like your personal skincare goals, that's what we call it.
Mhm,
Whatever your personal skincare goal is, you want to make sure you stay in that frame and find the products that are good for you. Like, I have
mhm,
oily skin, so it makes no sense for me to use dry combination products because they're not
Mhm.
doing anything for me. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
just knowing what type of skin types you have. And then, like I said, it's so many different products. Like, you can take vitamins, just things like that. Stress plays a toll on it too. Just trying to kind of like live a stress-free life. That's a joke. But, trying to like be stress free.
Meditation.
Yeah, things
Find some
like
stuff that
that,
help.
getting enough rest. A lot of times when people come to me, they're like,
Mhm.
oh, I got these bags under my eyes. And I ask them, you drink a lot of water? And they be like, boom. If you ever have bags and they just like instantly come, you're not getting enough rest and you're not getting enough water. You're not hydrated. So
Okay.
a lot of times you have to, I mean, I hear people like, I don't like water, but just finding, you have to find something to supplement to
We're
make
90% water. Guess what?
it.
Your body
Yeah,
likes it.
you gotta drink
And your
water.
body needs it for all biological processes. That's
Mm-hmm.
just down
That's
to the
it.
cellular
Yep.
level.
Mm-hmm.
You need it.
Yep.
You
So,
absolutely need it.
but just it's just taking it, like how many years you can still take the time to find out what you need, but then also asking those professionals like, okay, look, I'm not really good, I don't want to do no 7 steps. What are the main 3 things that I need? And they'll tell you, okay, boom, 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 these are the 3 things that you need that get you in and out, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And then little by little, if you want to start adding serums and things like that, then you can start like, okay, I think I want to add a serum next, once you get used to doing your little 3 steps. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you don't want to have all these products on your counter and then you overwhelmed, like, ugh, like, I don't want to do
Yeah,
all
the
that.
I got a
product
lot of
junkie.
products.
Right. So just starting some, just seeing these 3 little steps you're going to do. Okay, now I can add something, but
Mhm.
somebody like me, I can sit my 7 steps on the counter and be fine. Like, okay,
Mhm.
Okay.
let's get it going. So it just depends. It just, once you get used to what you're doing, it'll be great.
Okay. Well, I have just a couple of questions, and then we can move on. Okay. Someone in the comments asked about at-home extractions.
As far as extracting, Yeah. As far as like what mean, like can they do them
or not, or I guess maybe sometimes like what is because
so
sometimes
an
you
easier
do
way
have
is
to,
if oh
you may
okay,
have
so
to
like
do
if
like
you
the
have
cap colors where you got to do that. Some people have like the
or you can
scraper that helps.
yeah. Or you can just be old fashioned, get 2 pieces of tissue and wrap around your finger and squeeze.
Okay,
So a lot of times you can boil. This is what I do. If you don't have a steamer, boil a pot of hot water. Put a towel over your face. Let the steam open up your pores. It's easier to do extractions if you steam your skin because it
right.
allows your pores to open. If you try to do it on a dry face, you're not gonna get the best results.
Okay,
Yeah, at home extractions are fine. Now, if you have some that are deeper, sometimes you do have to go get a facial if you want to get those out because a lot of times when you don't get like blackheads and things like that out, they do dent your skin. They
right.
just go deeper and deeper, and they're harder to get out. So that's Myochi and another thing. That's why you want to exfoliate too, because sometimes you can get a blackhead that or you didn't exfoliate, and so dirt clogs the pores and it indents your skin. So then when you get that blackhead out, you have like a dent. You're like, oh my God, it scarred my face. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
exfoliating kind of helps to prevent from getting blackheads. You know what I'm saying? But you
Oh,
can definitely do extractions at home.
okay. The other one, when is the best time, like dermatologist versus esthetician?
So if you have any bleeding, oozing, like any like sun damage, anything that looks a growth, that's when you go to a dermatologist.
Okay,
Esthetician is more just surface skin. Dermatologists can go on the epidermis and all that. They can go deeper into your skin. So it's best like um if somebody comes to me and they have like a maybe like a patch or a lot of little bumps that it just looks like something that they need to go to the doctor for, yeah, go to the dermatologist. And I would recommend that people go to the dermatologist quick. Like, I'm not going to touch that. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So
yeah, and
go
that's
to the
that's good
doctor.
because skin cancer can look any kind of way, and especially
Mhm.
like with Black people. When you were saying we need it more than anybody else, we don't get skin cancers at the rate of our counterparts, but if we do, it is highly, highly malignant, and
Right.
typically when we
Yeah.
find it, it has already metastasized because
Yeah.
for it to have to penetrate all of our melanin and our already sun protected, it's just like, okay, we in here, we ain't coming out.
Right.
Okay. So do you think it is best, like if someone wants to really start a good skin routine, to go to an esthetician first, kind of just like for a consultation so you can just
Yeah.
kind of find out what your skin is and kind of go maybe monthly, or if you need to go every week just to try to get things jump started so you can kind of see what's happening and then they can um, kind of develop a routine
Yeah.
and products that's going
I
to
would.
maintain
Yeah,
it.
I would do that. I would go to esthetician. Usually I would recommend like if people just want to just start a skincare going once a month. If they have some like really bad issues that they're trying to work on, if they can
Mhm.
every 2 weeks, that's good too. But once a month is great. And then usually once you go to your esthetician, they'll like create a regimen for you. So
Okay.
things that they use, they'll recommend certain products, and then that's what you use, and that's what you do at home, like your at home care. But I would, if they really don't know like what type of skin or I don't know what my issues are, they definitely go to an esthetician. But if you're having like I said, any type of sun like sunburn, any oozing, things like that, rashes, like um things that are popping up, yeah, I would
Mhm.
definitely go to a dermatologist.
Okay. My last question, this is a
Okay.
myth buster, or is it the truth?
Okay.
Do makeup mess up your skin? Because we do know sleeping in it is a no-no.
Hmm.
But with us, especially with Black people, me and Miyoshi, we had talked about this, was like, I was well like in my 20s before I ever really like wore makeup for real. I think when I took my glamour shots, it was like first time I ever wore full face makeup, glam. and I used to be in pageants, and I just put on a little bit of eyeshadow and some lipstick, and I just got out there out. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm looking at these other girls like, good Lord, they put on all that makeup. And me and my mama, we was like not phased, and it wasn't like, I think I need that. It was just like, golly, they putting on a whole lot. So, it wasn't one of those things, but I was probably like 30, where it's just like, okay, like I have like a full ensemble of makeup that I acquired. But a lot of times with us, it's like, don't wear makeup. Makeup gonna mess your skin up. So is that true? Is it not true? What is it?
I mean, that's like too much of something that's good. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so it's one of those things like, it can be bad if you're not washing your face, if you're not taking care of your skin, if you're not letting your skin breathe and you sleeping in makeup. Of course, definitely it's horrible for your skin. But if you are wearing it for a couple of hours, you're washing your face, you're taking care of your skin, yes, it can be beneficial. And I think that's why now they're putting, I'm just letting y'all know my phone said low battery. So if I cut out, I love y'all. Just let you know.
Right.
But that's why they're putting a lot of serums in foundations, because they know women are more into skincare now, and it's becoming, everybody wants to continue to be this fountain of youth, right? So when they know, women know now, okay, makeup, like you just said, is makeup bad for me or is it good for me? But they're putting like serums and things like that in your foundation, so you'll feel like, oh, not only am I wearing makeup, but it's beneficial to my skin as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you said, it's one of those things, like if you eat if you eat too much of something, how it do. Even though
if you start wearing makeup at 12, ain't no way that you're doing a
come on
good
now, because you're
routine.
not washing your face right. And that's another thing about it too. About
I use Dove.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't start wearing makeup for real until I was maybe like 26, 27. Yeah. Maybe I wore some eyeshadow and some lipstick, some lashes, but I never was into foundation and things like that until I started doing makeup. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, Myochi. Like if they starting at 10 and 11 and they're not being properly taught to take care of their skin, it can be very damaging. I get little girls that come in the store all the time and their mama's like, oh, I want them to wear makeup. First of all, they don't even have any type of flaws of anything, because that's my thing. Foundation is more to cover up, you know what I'm saying, to make you look natural, So I'm like, they don't just give them a moisturizer with a little tint color. You don't have to go full face for no 13-year-old. Yeah. Because that is really damaging. It can be very damaging to your skin. So.
Yeah. And maybe because our parents really wasn't wearing makeup and stuff like that. So it really was never like, oh my God, I just want to wear makeup. Like to me, if anything, it's like, I want to wear lipstick, because I see my mother and my grandmother don't wear lipstick. But it's like that foundation and stuff. It's like, no, I just want to wear lipstick. Please let me wear lipstick.
My mom be like, what you want to be? Just let me wear some lipstick. That's all I want. Just let me put some red lipstick on. And I don't even have to wear no costume. Yeah, so we never... that wasn't I
was a little girl trying to wear bangs.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised, like we learn things like this, like in different cultures, but the Hispanic race is really big on beauty. Like they're like number one as far as beauty, as doing Botox and getting surgeries.
Really?
Yeah, they're very big into beauty. Like that's their.
Where do you think the Brazilian butt lift come from?
I mean, but they already had butts and stuff with they black people.
No, it's a Brazilian butt lift because they have been getting it, and that
So beauty is very big to them. Like for us, like but for them, it's like they're number one. Like they go all out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's a cultural thing too. Like I think makeup now for younger women, like when we was in our 20s, we was in college. I don't remember having no eyebrows and contouring, and I don't remember all that.
Yeah, I did not. I remember one of my sister friends at Fizz, she was doing eyebrows, and I was just like, oh, do mine. And I remember she was like the first person, and she would pluck them. And it was like so flawless, I guess, because they had never been touched before.
Mhm.
And then when I started going to other people, after she had graduated, I'm getting wax here and there. And it was just like, it just jacked them up or whatever. But it was like, that was the first time it's like, oh, okay, you need to do something to your eyebrows. Like, this will be nice. And I could see like, oh, this frame my face. But it's like, let me put on my lipstick and I'm out the door. If not, I'll put on the eyeliner and I'm gone. Like that was it.
Yeah.
And it's like now, if I want to, sometimes I could be with an hour and a half, how fast I'm going. But I have, doing this podcast, I have perfected that 10-minute makeup look.
Myochi, next time maybe we can talk about doing a fast makeup.
Yeah, we can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but like as far as like skincare, boom. But like I know we probably went over our time, but like I know y'all want to talk about makeup too. We can do that another time if y'all want. But just doing like a quick everyday, makeup, where it's not a lot, because I think a lot of people get frustrating, like, oh, well, it's so weird how some people, they'll come up to the counter and they'll have an attitude, like, but it's not. I've learned it's just a cover up because they don't know what to do. So they're coming to you because they don't know if you're gonna judge. I'm like, well, you don't know you don't know what a concealer is, So a lot of times people have to get in their mind frame, like, we're not there to insult you, like, oh, you don't know, no, we're here to help you. But people sometimes they had a guard up because it's like they don't know what to do. So we definitely can talk about that.
We're gonna do that. That'll be great. We can talk about the different ones and what it could do. But just to like do a quick review of what we learned from me, because I'm apparently the only one who don't wash their face all the time with all the stuff. So the 3 things we need to be focusing on is a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer.
Yep.
That's at the basic.
That's just the basic.
That's the basic.
Yeah.
You need to be doing an SPF. If you could, like when you're going for your day stuff, you could have it with your moisturizer. At night, that's when you do like your serum, your retinol, what else you said? I could do some vitamin C stuff for my hyperpigmentation.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, name that one that product you said I could get for hyperpigmentation.
It's called Even Better Clinical.
Even Better Clinical. All right.
And it's good too.
All right, I'm gonna look that up. Even Better Clinical. And one product you said that you really like is Dermalogic. That's at Ulta.
Yeah,
that's a brand.
And they have it in a line, Mo. So like how you like, oh, I need them 3 steps. They have like a face wash, exfoliant, and a moisturizer. Boom. So it's like a 3-step.
Now the exfoliant, you said should be 2 to 3 times a week. However, if you like me, if you get it in that one good time, you good
do
to go.
If you would use your Clarisonic with your face wash, that's right. That's a 2-in-1.
But I would still have to do an exfoliator, right?
No, this is already getting it. It's anything that's abrasive.
You didn't have the answers in your house the whole time.
Right there, sitting. Like, hey, use me.
And I gave her this company hasn't went out of business.
Clarisonic tonight.
Listen, again, first of all, this is not just about me. So y'all back
this
up.
Moment is
right.
This your moment, girl. This is your moment. But yes, if you use your cleanser and your Clarisonic, or if anybody have one of those electric whatever brushes or whatever like that, some people have the Mio.
Then I don't have to exfoliate.
That is your exfoliation because you're using something abrasive. Because this is going to be a little bit rougher than your skin, your fingertips.
Well, fine. Okay. A steamer you can use whenever you want because it opens up your pores, let you clean, get the dirt out, and get your stuff on. I'm just reviewing for the folks that just joined us.
Yes, and if you don't have a steamer, you can boil a pot of water.
Boom, and then you put a towel over your face.
Put a towel over your head and let it.
And it'll open up everything.
You could just do that once a week, once a month, actually, if you want to do.
No, more than once a month.
And if you're using Vaseline on your face, stop it.
I ain't getting no promises because.
Well, I guess it's good. And then that's too because we live in Texas. You know how and then you got to think about this too. You ever put on Vaseline? It attracts. It like attracts debris.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Have you ever put Vaseline on and you be like, dang, it makes stuff stick to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But you know what? Most of the time when I use Vaseline, it's at nighttime if I'm going to use it because of that.
yeah,
And then I'm out, and
right.
if it gets hot. Now, when I was in Chicago, it didn't matter. It's always windy. It's always dust and stuff blowing up. But at the same time, it was like for what my face felt like I was always putting on moisturizer throughout the day because that's just how fast it was eating it up.
How windy it was, yeah.
It was
Well, Sherlyn, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you're not going nowhere, but I do want to say thank you.
Thank you.
If y'all want to
thank you.
get in touch with her on Instagram, Sherlyn the MUA. She can do your face. You can even do consultations like
I will.
so you can do like video consultations, look at the skin, see what you might could use and suggestions, DM her. I'm saying that should they be DMing you, go ahead and tell people what to do.
Yeah, that's fine. You can send me a message on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, and we can definitely talk about skincare.
Yes, and her business is called Blot, and I love it because it's Blot, BLOT, beauty lasting over time, and that is the goal. The goal is, I mean, for us to be 104, look at 80. I mean, I'm trying to get there, guys. I'm trying to be. I don't want to be 104 and not being able to move, so I need to be old and healthy. But I also I want to be like, oh my God, you're 104. Yes.
Yes, girl.
Okay. Yes, I'm 104. I better know it. So, but no, for real. Thank you so much for
We
joining us
appreciate you.
today.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to take you up on doing another show with talking specifically about makeup and the different types, because that I think a lot of people do have issues with that. I mean, I'm one of those people. I mean, and if you went to YouTube University, I know you can learn some of this stuff. But that's another thing I'm not gonna do. I may watch one video, but like I know I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. Yeah. So just for quick stuff like, I could use this to do these type of looks. And then it may actually open your mind to digging deeper into finding things that work for you. But we so enough appreciate you. This helped me. I'm gonna use my Clarisonic tonight.
Yes.
I'm gonna use it tonight. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you, Renee. I'm gonna send it to you and Sherlyn, like washing my face.
Yes, like this one you got it on like this. I don't know if it's on or not. I don't know. That's a still.
That's why I said I'm gonna send you a video. You'll see it going.
Yeah, we send a video chat after this. Okay, come on, let's wash your face.
Right.
Don't do me like that. Right. Oh my goodness. But so thank you. But we would definitely do this again. Yes, oh my goodness. This has been fun. A fun conversation. We could probably talk some more. But instead of talking more, we are going to celebrate people for the month of September.
And for the rest of August, because we weren't here for August, really.
We wasn't here for August. So here a little dance.
That's cute.
So my birthday was in August the 14th. We didn't get to celebrate my birthday. I turned 44 years old.
What?
My
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what?
I know, girl. Y'all better get y'all some $400 Facebook.
Let me go ahead and get my Clarisonic. Not looking like you looking. I'm going.
So, also my son, he turned 20, so he halfway there. His birthday was on the 31st. I want to wish him a happy birthday. Also, he started school, so college. He's doing welding, and today is his first day at work. So guess what? I'm all home alone. I'm just happy that he's transitioning. Get up out of here and doing something productive. So we want to do that. My other cousin, he celebrated his birthday on the 30th. My birthday twin, who has also been on the show, Renee Hirsch, he's celebrated his birthday on the 14th as well. My twin cousin Tammy, she celebrated her birthday on the 16th. So just to name a few. Just to name a few.
All right, and then like Fernette says, happy birthday to her baby sisters, Jessica and Jennifer. Was August 14th.
They're my birthday twins as well.
Oh, and they twins. So y'all triplets.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love it, man. So in September, we have September birthdays coming up. Who birthday in September? My friend Angel birthday in September. My mom's birthday.
Beyonce birthday tomorrow.
Beyonce and all the Lucy Lou's now. Beyonce birthday tomorrow. My puppy is making one on Thursday. No, Tuesday. Chloe will be
It's
one.
a horse.
She's not a horse. She's a puppy, and she's a sweet, sweet girl. One of my coworkers,
She hard-headed though.
her birthday's this month. I said my mom's birthday on Wednesday, September 6th, honey.
Okay, Miss Vicky.
I know.
There's a whole lot of anniversaries that's going through my brain right now that I can't think about, but I'm gonna just say happy anniversary and all that.
Yeah.
Sherlyn, do you have any people in September?
For me?
Yeah.
It was the 3rd of September.
Hey.
No, I don't. But this is the day that I've y'all been seeing the memes today about it was the 3rd of September from the Temptations. I don't know nobody's birthday except my girl Beyonce. So happy birthday to Beyonce.
Yes.
It'll be more people that come to you. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're like, my birthday.
It always happens. That happens to me, and I'll be like, oh, well, I'm sorry. And anybody we forgot, we have another show coming in September, and we will say happy birthday to you. But we really want to celebrate your birthday, your anniversary. You got a job, you got married, you got divorced. Anything you want to celebrate, let us know, because we want to take the time to celebrate, because everything in life is all about celebrating, every milestone that we have. So you can email us at the40spot@gmail.com, or you can DM us on all our social media. We are the 40 Spot on all social media. Let us know. We want to celebrate with you.
Yes.
So tonight has been great. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, Sherlyn, I appreciate you so much. And you keep saying, yo, no,
but I already love you. Yeah, I love y'all. I gotta do my
your Blue Ivy wave. But we will definitely be bringing you back. So thank you for the offer. I think that's a great idea. We are all, we're transitioning. So it's time to don't do the stuff you're doing in your 20s. And we're trying to get to our 50s and our 60s with flawless skin. They say black don't crack, but it can bend. So you need to take care of your face. And that's a word to myself. I know I said eyes. That's a word to myself.
Yes.
But we thank you all for joining us. Follow us at the 40 Spot D40 on all platforms.
Yes. And we wish you to have a good week for all of the students that have returned during the month of August, college, preschool, grade school, grammar school, everything. We wish you a good, successful school year from the 40 Spot. Yes. Go learn, be great, and get all the education that you can.
Yes. And until we see you next time, remember, if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye-bye.